Hello, and thank you for joining me in Ancestral Healing with Alida. Today, I'm going to talk about something that is very personal and is the uncontrollable fear in a child. And guess whose child is this? My own child. If you like this YouTube channel, please subscribe, give it a like to the video, and you can also follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, Ayamama Alida, or go to my website, ayamama.org, and subscribe to my newsletter. So, school year just started in the northeast of United States, and it's the first year that my daughter was going to public school. And I do believe that children, they need to know the routine, they need to know what they are going to expect. She was very excited. She's 10 years old. She's been going to an alternative school system for all these years. Well, the first day was good. Then the night came and she said that she didn't want to go to school. She will go into a panicky mode that I haven't seen before, right before going to school. But she will say this: I don't understand why. I literally don't understand why I am feeling this way. There's nothing that makes me feel afraid when I'm at school. Not the teachers, not the classmates. She knew already some friends and she made new friends. So there was no conscious or understandable reason why. Well, I cannot do a family constellation session on a child, and I cannot do it on my own daughter, but I asked my husband to help me to put on display some constellations. So now I'm gonna try to share with you a picture that I think that I'm not able yet to share with you. So you're gonna excuse me for 1 second, and I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to downloads. I thought that I could just share it with you right away. I think that I cannot do that. Maybe now I'm gonna be able to share it with you. Let's see, and my apologies about that. Maybe I can. I think that now I can share it with you. Can you see it? I think that you can see it. So if you see this page, you will see the Emperor in the center, the Justice card, and the Justice card. You see the star on the right side and the Devil on the left side. So I've been doing this constellation. I did a constellation for my daughter and the fear that she was experiencing using peg dolls, but first I pull out some cards. I use the major arcanas to understand the pattern that is behind the story or the emotion. But let me tell you that before I started this constellation, I asked what is the energy that she is connecting with. And it showed me the Fool. The Fool in ancestral healing or in an inherited pattern will talk to you about movements, translations, migrations, but the type of migration that is very hurtful, right? That I don't know where I'm going to end up being. I don't know, in the 40s, someone escaped Germany, those situations. The Fool will also talk to me about the loss of a baby, miscarriages, abortions. The Fool will talk to me about someone who has thoughts that are so innovative or weird that the family system and other people will think that you are crazy. Like, why are you thinking this way? Why are you doing those things? Someone that might be very impulsive, someone who doesn't listen things, someone that might be very crunchy or hippie, but someone that is very excluded because of all those characteristics that this person has. So that was the first card that I pulled for my daughter before I started this. So every single card that you see, my husband didn't know what we were doing. And that's what usually I do in my sessions. The person doesn't know what we are doing, and then I explain later. So the card that I say, like, I want the card that represents my daughter now in this constellation. So she came with the Emperor. The Emperor, besides so many stories of the Emperor, the Emperor is a masculine figure, is an absent father or a rigid family system. But the important thing is like she's facing this card, the Justice here, correct? My daughter's name means life. Coincidentally, when we moved to the second part of the constellation, my husband pulled this peg doll, the yellow one that you see here, that In fact, if you see it later in the next picture, it means life, and that's the name of my daughter. So then I pull another card, my husband pulled another card for what was representing her fear. And this one came, justice. But when I was very young, I lost a baby. So because I already pulled the Fool before, I thought that I should represent a baby. So when this is the fear, the justice, and he pulled the other card for the baby, is telling me that this baby, coincidentally, if you see this pegdol here, doesn't have any face, comes with a justice too. So it's telling me, look, this fear is connected to this miscarriage or this baby. Okay? I know later in my story, I am almost positive that when my daughter was around 3 years old, I think that I had a baby with me and I lost the baby naturally because I do remember that that menstruation was very weird. So when I put pegdol for this baby, it's still off. My husband is still feeling very cold at the base of his neck. So I brought another baby, the baby that it will be after her. And it comes with the face of a baby. Then he feels warm, right? This devil card, it's me. I'm not the Diablo, I'm not the devil, but I'm going to tell you why. Because I pulled the devil for me, because in this story, I am the one who basically transmitted the situation to my daughter because I'm the one who lost the first baby. And this is my heart, my husband. Well, my heart too, my husband. And I came with this spectrum that is the house. So that's represented like you will say the house fourth in your astral chart. I represent that for the family system, of course. So I have shared with you this picture, and I don't know if I was still on on the screen, but I just want you to tell you what I did later, because if when the first baby that I lost, my husband becomes representing my daughters, he becomes cold. When I bring the fear, he's warm, is because the fear is bringing you something that you need to see, right? That she needed to see, something that hasn't been paying attention. And then when I bring the other baby that I think that it existed, in fact, my husband had an ayahuasca ceremony at that time, that day, I remember 2016 or 2017. And he said, I think that you are. The curandera, the healer, also told me that I think that you were pregnant. I just want you to see how it matches the story, right? How this symptom is reflecting a person from the past, a situation, a traumatic experience. The Fool talks to you about how you need to take life. And when I say that you need to take life, it means that I accept the energy to live within me. But there is more things here. The eclipse is happening tomorrow, but the previous days before the eclipse that is happening, that is in Pisces, but is affecting also Virgo. My daughter is a Virgo. Is telling you to relax, but it's also telling you to break with patterns, specifically family patterns, inherited family patterns that you don't need anymore. So I'm gonna share the second picture with you so you can see how I did this constellation for my daughter, and I moved up several generations up until her great grandparents to see if there was another story that I needed to pay attention besides me, correct? Besides my story. Because my story at the end is a reflection of my whole system and her whole system as well. So I'm going to share this picture with you. I'm just learning to do this sharing. I think that I got it again. So if you see this picture, we have all this first line. You can see my husband's feet there. So this first line is the line of my daughter, the first miscarriage towards his left side, the second miscarriage, and the fear, correct? This is me, my husband. So then I'm moving. Let me see if I can zoom this so you can see it better. So let's put 25. Yeah, this is much better. So you can see that this is me and this is my husband. On my right side, I have on the left side here, this is the magician, my mother, and this is the judgment, my father. On my husband's side, he has the chariot and he has the empress for his father. So this is telling me something, right? This is telling me a story. First, it's telling me that my mom, which I know about this, my mom was very hurt when she was little, even though she has her two parents and all that stuff. But the main thing that she needs to fix or to work in this lifetime will be her inner child wound. My father, first that he has passed and he always comes with this one, but my father needed to, in his lifetime, he needed to do the opposite of what the whole system did. But this card talks to me about how there were deaths in my family system that we never pay attention to those. We never mourn them, we never put them a name, we never talk about it. On my husband's is this one, his mom is coming with a chariot. Actually, my husband is a Cancer sign, the sun. His sun is on Cancer, and this chariot is on Cancer too. So his mom comes with this influence, like she's a go. Maybe there were accidents, maybe farm situations. His father comes with the Empress. And when a man comes with a man in the system comes with a female figure, the man doesn't need 100% to be masculine energy, but he needs some feminine. But if this person comes with a lot of feminine, it's because this will represent that maybe there was a third person, not on his generation necessarily, but a third person in this family system on this area that hasn't been seen, that stories that no one talk about. So this is the Empress, but I want you to see. I have these are the sections of my grandparents that will be my daughter's great grandparents, correct? Here on my mom's side, I have my grandmother with a wheel of fortune, and I have my grandfather, so it's my daughter's great grandfather, with a fool. And the story of my great grandfather with the fool is that he lost his mother when he was 2 years old. Dearly miss his mother. But also, he had another relationship in tandem, in parallel with that he had a relationship with my grandmother, and he had a son. The mother of this son died during the childbirth, but the son died when he was 7 years old. So a lot of deaths, right? And no one knew about it. No one knew. At the end, this son is my uncle, correct? I need to know this uncle too, and I need to count it. So I only don't have 3 aunts. I have one uncle too. In my father's story, my grandmother comes with the Hierophant, a lot of structures, authority. But this is important. My grandfather comes with a handman. So this handman and this loco, this fool, they are telling me basically the same story. Two exclusions in the paternal figure. And my daughter, remember, she comes with the emperor. That's a male figure as well. My mother-in-law, she comes with a wheel of fortune, the same than my grandmother, right? The grandmother of my husband comes with a wheel of fortune, the same than my grandmother. Because usually when you see the two systems of a couple, you will see the same, because that's why you have these partners, this couple, because somehow these family systems, they have the same story to repair. So they had the same information. The grandfather comes with the moon, a lot of stories in the female lineage, a lot of secrets, the lack of a mother, probably. This is interesting because remember his father came with the Empress, and now the Empress comes a generation up above his father. So there is a situation here. Usually when I see these two, the Empress with the Fool, in this ancestral type of reading, this is the mother and this is the baby that was lost or that hasn't been seen, usually. But this grandfather for my husband's great grandfather for my daughter, he comes with a full. And I have another grandfather here with a full. So they come with the same information in the same level in the same system. So I know that there was an exclusion here, and there was an exclusion here, and there was an exclusion here, and all coincidentally, one, two, three generations, because that's my daughter, we are creating the symptom. Okay? Now I'm gonna share the second one so you can see what happened before that information. So because I took another picture of the same of what I'm doing, I was doing. And I just want to show you this. Give me 1 second. Here. So I'm going to show you the same picture, but now I want you to see up above these grandparents for my husband and for me. We have the great grandparents information. And we have here the high priest, the Hierophant. The Hierophant was here too, right? In the generations of the grandparents, but it moves to the generations of the great grandparents. Here is very important because I know this story. This is the lineage of my grandfather, my paternal grandfather. And here there was another loss, another exclusion, another all of a sudden death. If you see this one, this is the chariot, the same that my mother-in-law, right? 1, 2 generations, and you repeat 1 and 2. And this is another justice, the same one that came with the fear and the same one that came with the first baby that I lost. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what I was trying to say. Usually symptoms are created 2, 3, 4, they say up until 6 generations of what happened. So I have to go to the past to heal this present. Something happened here that is coming to this information here. And this, I'm not going to get into details of how these couples, you see this information of these couples, but there is a lot of information that later is going to be helpful for me and for my family. So now I want to show you something else that is going to be the other screen, the last picture that I took here. And I'm here. I think that I'm getting faster. That's good with this. Okay, so this is the way that it look, right? This is my daughter. This is the first baby that I lost. Doesn't have any face. Exclusion, total exclusion. This is the representation of the fear, right? And this is the second baby. If with these two babies she feels cold, it's because there's no chi, there's no life. It hasn't moved. And with this, when I feel warm, that is the symptom is going to create warmth. Usually, why? Because it's trying to show me something. It's trying to repair something. Even though the symptom feels uncomfortable, it's showing me something that I haven't paid attention. My mom didn't pay attention to it, neither my father or generations and other generations. So what did I do? Because there are so many exclusions, the main healing statements that I have used in this situation that then I proved that they were working because they created heat in the person, my husband who was representing my daughter, was you belong and I belong too, right? The other one was I choose life. And when someone hasn't chosen life, it's very important to breathe. So I know the eclipse is affecting directly to my daughter. There is a new eclipse coming the day after her birthday, now in September again. She needs to choose life. So we are repeating this, not in the context of a constellation, but I'm putting out there those healing statements because she needs them. Of course, we did it with my husband. Somehow this is going to unlock all this energy that it was staying. I'm not telling you that this is a quick fix for anything. But let me tell you something. I did that constellation on Thursday for my daughter because she was at the peak of her emotions. And on Friday, there was no emotion. Everything was calm. No doubt of going to school. No fear. In fact, there was no fear since Thursday because usually what she was doing, she was coming back from school and after a couple hours, everything was fine. She would say, I don't want to go to school. She didn't say anything on Thursday. She didn't say anything on Friday. She has settled. We did some energy clearing as well. I wrapped the egg on her because that's what I do. But all of these accumulative things And we did, of course, the techniques of breathing, the techniques of meditation, and all the things. But somehow, family constellations allow you to unlock that energy, the energy that was frozen. Now it can move and flow. So I have a different outcome. I see life different. I feel different. And it takes steps, right? Because I have been doing this job for since when I got pregnant, 2013. And I didn't know that she would create this symptom, this layer, when she was 10, correct? She created it, but I have the tools to see beyond the symptom. And so that's what family constellations allow you to do. And if you are going through a mourning process, if you are going through a divorce, if you're being challenged with your career, with abundance, if you're just challenged the way that you interact with your own kids, if you have issues with your friends, if you different things, physical conditions, mental conditions can be seen in this representation with family constellations. So you still have time tomorrow, September 7th, I have a 1 p.m. online free 1 hour demonstration. But also I am doing a course that is online, two groups. One starts on October 17th, the other starts on October 18th. It's for 4 months. We will gather twice a month, fully record all of the sessions, and we are going to take different subjects: mother, father, siblings, inherited symptoms, inherited trauma, and practice also constellations, because I think that this is the year that we need to break the cycle. So if you feel connected with this, reach me out, check my website, have all the information there. And if you like this video, please give it a like. And if you want to, you can share it too. Thank you.